Every now and again, there comes an experience that changes your life, your view on how you see the world. This is one such moment. I just watched a film by Neil Breen. The usual layout for one of my reviews is that I go through the story and explain some of it to you. But I've got almost 3 pages worth of notes here, and I still don't have a full grasp on what the hell I just watched. From what I can gather, some speck of red has appeared in the desert, and some kid who for some reason is using books, even though he has a computer with 2 screens in front of him, is tracking the thing for some unknown reason. Meanwhile, some immigrants are jumping the border to sneak into the US, but they end up being abducted by drug smugglers, I guess? Man, gotta love them effects. Is it really that hard to get a working blowtorch? I mean, YouTubers do it all the time for those stupid challenges. You tell me you couldn't get it in your movie? Also... yeah. Neil Breen plays a junkie living in a derelict camper and works for the smugglers? Does that sum up the plot? Hope so, cause this shit gets crazy and that's about all I could gather. So Breen's character overdoses and dies in the desert, but then his soul gets up out of his body and starts wandering around. Then he goes to a rock wall and vanishes into the rock, but he doesn't. He instead goes onto a mountaintop and just kind of wanders around up there, reciting quotes. He also finds time to hang out with a tiger, but he must be warping space-time because all of a sudden it's winter. I have no idea what this means or why he does it or what the fuck any of this is, but it makes up about 50% of the course of the movie, so that's great. So how about the choice of actors and their acting? No, there isn't any.
I'm all he's got in the world. Grandma! Why'd you shoot her?
Because I have absolutely no value for you two on the streets!
The smugglers throw all the immigrants into storage containers. Man, you can really feel her desperation to escape. 2 of the girls get loose and run off into the desert. This girl, who is easily one of the most entertaining parts of this movie for all the wrong reasons, is this black girl's aunt? Okay.
We have to keep running. Your mother's my sister. She was murdered. I swear to God I'd take care of you.
After a while of Neil Breen wandering around the desert, he says this crazy shit.
I am artificial intelligence from far in the future.
What does it mean? Then for some ungodly unknown reason, he's just laying in the desert in the next scene, and the kids from earlier find him, but instead of maybe checking to see if he's alive or okay, they just go,
Some homeless bum.
But then Neil Breen meets the 2 runaways at his camper, and this is where my brain started misfiring synapses or some shit, cause didn't he die? Sure, his soul got up and wandered away, but are they talking to his soul? Well, no. Turns out he's actually an alien that took over the body of dead Neil Breen. Okay, I get it now, I guess.
I'll clean it for you.
How did I get here? Oh my goodness! What is this? What are you doing? Oh my God!
It's clean.
The women are taken to some apartment where the crazy woman from earlier who shot Grandma tells them she owns them and they are essentially sex slaves now. But somehow they manage to find the time to bitch about how horrible politicians are and whatnot. I guess this is supposed to be what we consider characterization. Meanwhile, the guys are taken to an abandoned bus and just happen to do the same shit. Why is there a plug in an abandoned rusty-ass bus? Whatever, I'm not gonna question it, not anymore. Then the crazy aunt hits Breen in the head with a rock, which I imagine is just crumpled up paper that they painted rock color.
Don't come near me. I'll kill you, you fucker!
I won't hurt you.
Then literally less than a minute later, she's sorry and trying to nurse him. His reaction is about what mine would be. Bitch is fucking psychotic. Oh, and he introduces himself as Till, which he got off a light and fit carton. Brilliant. Brilliant writing.
It's Till. It's spelled T-H-G-I-L, but it's pronounced Till.
Why is Breen spinning in circles in the middle of the desert? Why is there a piano and why is it playing music? Is there some meaning here I'm missing? Please, God, give me the answers.
This is my reality, not a false human illusion.
I can't fucking... So Breen, or Light and Fit, tells Crazy Ant that he is the future and then proceeds to tell her about his plan to kill 300 million corrupt, shitty people. Holy shit, that escalated quickly. With all the inspirational music and Jesus-like metaphors, I thought he was peaceful, but nope, just fucking kill them all. Now we get some brilliant scenes of people just literally disappearing. And then Neil transports to a house somewhere, Mighty morphs into a suit, and then just mingles with the corrupt. This whole scene is legendary. The editing, the effects, I can't even describe the feelings I'm feeling with this shit.
If it can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth.
This, and I'm being totally honest here, is where I started to get bored with the movie. I mean, I know this is some awful shit, but up until this point, I was mesmerized by just how incredible everything was. But then Breen goes on an almost 10-minute tirade about how the world needs to stand up against evil, and it goes for way too long. But don't worry, it picked up again. They wander into a cave after the niece girl just runs away for some reason, and what I really respect is Breen's editing choice here. Very artistic move to use the exact same scream sound like 10 times in a row. Brilliant, brilliant filmmaking. But the girl is fine, she just screamed that many times because this random guy we never met before was telling her ghost stories? What? Then the aunt's ex-husband fucking shows up out of nowhere and kills both of them. Where the hell did he come from? Why did he follow them? Why didn't he drive after them? But worry not, because Breen can bring the dead back to life. But even though she was just killed and brought back to life, the niece decides fuck it and stays in the desert. You can really tell how concerned her aunt is, because she goes from this...
I can't. What? What are you talking about? I can't. You can't stay. You can't stay here. What do you mean you're not going? What are you telling me this for? Please, please. After everything we've been through.
To this in exactly 3 minutes. Fuck that bitch, I get to go in a spaceship.
You are really going.
Wait, how come the kids didn't disappear? You can't tell me that leaving a homeless dude in the desert to die isn't a shitty thing to do. They had it coming too, fucking shitheads. Look guys, I've never seen any of Neil Breen's other movies before. This was my first. And what can I say? You never forget your first. After seeing Pass Through, I'm convinced that The Room is overrated, that Troll 2 and Birdemic are artistic visions. It's time to step aside, Tommy Wiseau. Neil Breen is the new god now. Guys, if you haven't seen Pass Through or any of Breen's other work, I implore you, see them. Get some friends, get some drinks, and watch this. You will not regret it. You won't understand it unless you're on the strongest drugs, but you definitely will not regret it.